is Michael Edward, creator of How to Crush Your Mental Blocks in 4 Weeks, which is a course that teaches you how to identify and remove those mental blocks that's stopping you from reaching your level of success. Today, let's talk about meditation for success, or how to meditate for success. I know there's a lot of misconception out there about what meditation is, and oftentimes when we think about what meditation is, we think about, the monk, we think about unusual positions that we need to hold our body in, we think about making noises, and all these things, right, that just make you feel like meditation is a woo-hoo thing. It's not. It's really not a woo-hoo thing. It is very, very real. Too many studies show multiple benefits to meditation, and you really need to bring this in as a daily practice in your life, all right? And it's going to help you, we're going to go through how to meditate for success, but it's also going to help lower your blood pressure, lower your heart rate, cleanse your mind. This is a really big one. If you have, the foggy head type thing, and if you're feeling like you are, tired all the time, like you've got the weight of the weight of the world on your shoulders, that meditation will help you eliminate or significantly reduce all of those symptoms. All right? There's so much to say about meditation that I just don't even want to go down all of the benefits. But those benefits alone, just to clear your mind alone, is significant. All right? All the other benefits you will experience over time if you proceed with this practice. Today I'm going to cover two types of meditation. I'm going to cover the release meditation, and I'm going to cover the 6-phase meditation. Now, the release meditation is very simple. Anybody can do this pretty much anywhere, and the benefits to this one is, like, let's face it, we take time to clean our body, right? We brush our teeth, we do all these things, but you also need to cleanse the mind. And this meditation is beautiful for that. And it's so simple. Right? I learned this one from one of my mentors, Brendan Burchard. I had the opportunity to meet him a while back now, and what a magnificent person he is. Absolutely beautiful person he is. And I know he does this meditation daily. You can do it in 10 to 20 minutes. I suggest 20 minutes. And all you do is just get comfortable, close your eyes, and just slowly say either release or relax. He uses release. Sometimes I use relax. It just brings me into more of a state of relaxation for me. Either way, it'll be beneficial to you. So all you do is just close your eyes, relax, take a couple deep breaths through your nose, out your mouth, right? Your typical meditation breathing, and just slow it down and say release. 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 And if something comes into your mind, just gently push it aside and just say release. Or as I say, relax, either way. Just slowly. Set a little timer, 20 minutes, that's all you need. 10 minutes is even beneficial. And you can do this every day. Now, as I said, this is wonderful for cleaning your brain, right? It's like taking a brush and and scrubbing your brain. Right. Very, very beneficial. The next method I learned primarily from Vision Lacchione. He is, again, he's a brilliant man, very gentle man, and I find him to be very helpful in my life in a number of ways. I've invested in some of his programs, and I think he's great. Anyway, this is called the 6-phase meditation. And there are 6 phases. I'll just quickly go through them, and then I'll break them down after. But the first phase is compassion. Second phase is gratitude. The third phase is forgiveness. The fourth phase is your future self. The fifth phase is the perfect day. And the sixth phase is getting in touch with your higher power, or a blessing from your higher power. Now, obviously this one is more complicated. Obviously this one has a lot more to it than the first one that I just discussed. But this is more for reaching your level of success, okay? This one takes you through the processes that you need to go through in order to help lay the groundwork for you to reach your level of success. Beautiful meditation. And again, you can do this one. I would start in the beginning with 20 minutes until you get very comfortable with the phases. And once you start to get comfortable with the phases, then you can reduce the amount of time. But don't rush it, because if you rush it, you're not going through the phases and you're not doing the work. All right? Now, before I get into how to do these phases and what they all mean, I just want to, a question that's often asked is it better to meditate in the evening or in the morning? I say it's better to meditate when you have the time. So if your mornings are blown, you're rushing, you don't have time, then you're not going to give it the attention that it deserves, right? I like to meditate in the morning. The morning helps set me up for that day. However, if you like to meditate in the evening, there's nothing wrong with that. And as we go through these phases, you're going to find that, like in phase 5, your perfect day, then you're going to be picturing tomorrow. If you do it in the morning, then you're going to be picturing today. All right? So that's really the only difference. Other than that, you pick the time that works for you. Another thing I want to say about meditation, no matter what kind of meditation you do, is try and find a quiet place where you are not going to be disturbed. You must turn off your phone. You must give yourself those 20 minutes to do the work. All right? Uninterrupted, no kids coming in, yelling and screaming, all that stuff. You want to really feel the effects of the meditation. All right, so the 6 phases. Let's take them one by one. I hope you have a pen and paper in hand. If not, pause this and go and grab your pen and paper or some form of note-taking, because there's going to be too much here for you to remember. Now, phase 1 is compassion. All right? We need to feel more love and more compassion. And I think in today's world, we don't feel that enough. And what you're going to do is you're going to start by taking a few deep breaths, because this is the beginning of the meditation, right? So just get into that mode of relaxing. Just take, 5, 6 deep breaths, nothing major, just a couple minutes, if that. And now I want you to picture a white light. It could emanate from your heart, it could emanate from your head, and it shrouds you. Right? It's like you're in a bubble of this white or gold energy, this light. And as you're doing this, I want you to feel the feeling of love and compassion, and you're going to connect with all the energy around you. So you're going to expand that bubble to incorporate the room that you're in. All right? Then you're going to expand that bubble further to encompass the house that you're in or home that you're in. All right? And now you're going to expand it further to your neighborhood, to your community. Okay? Ultimately, to your country, the world, right? You want to encompass the world. And everything is made of energy. Whether you believe that or not, it doesn't matter. Change your belief, because it's just so true. And everything is made of energy. When you create this bubble around you and you start expanding it and expanding it and expanding it, then it becomes connecting. It's connecting you with all the energy, plants, animals, people, right? Minds. Now, I know that sounds a little woohoo. Just go with it. Just trust me and go with it. Okay? Phase 2 is gratitude. Okay? I always teach that we should have gratitude for everything all the time anyway. Like even when I talk about my happy feet and so on in another video, and I talk about, be grateful for the toothbrush when you're brushing your teeth, be grateful for the hot water when you're having a shower, be grateful for the shampoo, be grateful, and so on. Gratitude, you cannot put enough feeling of gratitude out there. Now in this phase, what you want to do is you want to focus on 3 levels of gratitude. You want to focus on something that you can be grateful in the last day or two, right? A bunch of things really. And it could be simple stuff. It could be, a hot drink. It could be a laugh that you had. It could be time spent with a friend. Just anything that you could be grateful for in the last day or so, right? And the next level is self-love. We do not do enough self-love. And this will allow you to focus on 3 to 5 things that you love about yourself. Sense of humor, pretty eyes, your willingness to help, anything about yourself that you think is a wonderful thing. All right? Doesn't matter what other people think, just what you think is a wonderful thing. And the third section that you want to focus on here in gratitude is your career. Okay? Now remember, this is how to meditate for success. So you definitely want to have your career in here. Right? Anything that you did recently in the last day or two, you really helped a client above and beyond, or you're very proud of a report that you wrote, an article, anything at all. It depends on what your career goals are and what your career is, but anything in your career that you can be proud of, you want to focus on that and be so grateful. I am so grateful that I was able to make this video today, that I can help people how to meditate. Right? I can help people improve their lives. Right? So that's something that I would be grateful for, and I am grateful for all the time. Number 3 is, or phase 3 is forgiveness. Now forgiveness is necessary because if we hold grudges and we hold these negative energies inside of us, it does all kinds of bad things. It makes us ill. Anger can make you ill. Stress can make you ill. We know stress can make you ill. Even doctors will tell you, you need stress relief. And this is a great way to relieve your stress. Now, start small. I warn you, start small. This is a skill like everything else. You need to work up to it, okay? So think of somebody that kind of ticked you off. It could be anything. Somebody cut you off, or somebody was rude. It could be anything minor, and then work your way up to the bigger ones. When you get the idea down and the feelings down, work your way up to the bigger ones. The ones that really wronged you. The ones that, you don't even want to forgive them. You want to hang on to that grudge. You want to hang on to that hatred. That's the ones you really need to get rid of, obviously. Okay? We do not want to hang on to that. So, here's what you do. You picture the person in front of you, some feet away. Right? Not right up against you, but some feet away. Maybe 6-10 feet away. And you ask, you say, I forgive you. And say that over and over until you can feel it coming from you, this forgiveness. And then, no matter what, right, ask for their forgiveness. Say, and I want you, or, and I ask you to forgive me. I know, somebody did something wrong. Asking them to forgive you sounds a little out there. I realize that. But just try it, okay? And when you ask them to forgive you, feel the beam of energy coming from that picture of them in front of you, right? You see them in front of you. Picture that coming straight into your heart and allow it to heal you. Okay? Now this may take a few sessions, or you may conk it in one. I don't know. But stick with it. It is so vital to your success and your overall health that you need to do this. Phase 4 is fun. This is a chance where you get to look at your future self. How do you want to be? What do you want to be? How much money do you want to have? What kind of car do you drive? Where do you live? What is your career? What are your successes up to that point? And what was the result of those successes? So, you want to think of yourself, say, in 3 years from now. Well, we can do a lot in 3 years, all right? People don't realize that, but yes, we can. We can make mountains move in 3 years, you know. We can do a tremendous amount of growth in 3 years. Now, here's the trick in this level of meditation is to bring in the touch, the taste, where applicable, the emotion, right? The visual aspects, the audio aspects. Bring in all the senses so that you're not just watching a picture of it. You're actually going through and doing it. So, for example, if you want a fantastic house, picture yourself in that house. You're walking up to the door, you're going into your house, you're looking at the rooms the way you want them, and you're touching stuff, right? You can feel the doorknob in your hand as you turn it. You can smell the smells of the new leather furniture if that's what you're into. You can hear the sound of a phenomenal stereo system if that's what your tastes take you to. You know, the wonderful meals that you can have there. And are they prepared by you, a loved one, maybe a chef? I mean, I don't know what your goals are, but that's a level that you want to take it down to, where you want to be with it. And the reason that you want to be with it is because your mind does not know the difference between reality and dreaming. Okay? And we know that. That's been proven time and time and time and time again. Sometime I'll take you through some exercises on that. But right now, just trust me on this, that your mind does not know the difference. So, the more time you spend in your future self, there's a lot of things that go into play there to help you become that future self. All right? So you definitely want to spend a few minutes in this area every day, right? In phase 4, you want to spend a few minutes and really get in touch with what it is that you want. Number 5 is the perfect day. All right? What would be the perfect day for you? And this is what I was sort of touching on earlier. If you do the meditation first thing in the morning, then you want to picture that day. All right? This is not future stuff. This is today. And if you do your meditation in the evening, then you want to picture tomorrow. What would be a perfect day today? What would be a perfect day tomorrow? So this could be, if you were going to work today, this could be, I had such an easy day at work. Everything just flowed, and it was so good. I felt so wonderful. Everything just naturally happened to benefit me and my clients and so forth. At lunchtime, I had lunch with some friends. We had so much fun. We were laughing. We were having a great time. And before we knew it, we were back to work again. Highly productive, great day, great afternoon, right? And then after work, I went out with some friends for supper, or I went home to my loved ones, and we had fun. We had a great meal, etc., etc. So picture your day. You fill in the blanks. Right? And make it quite vivid. Again, you want to spend a few minutes in this area and make it as vivid as you can. Right? Again, touch on all the senses. Right? As you're going through your day, hour by hour, just go through the different chunks of that day and feel it. Feel the feelings, see the sights, taste the tastes, etc. All right? And phase 6, the last phase, is getting in touch with your higher power or receiving a blessing from your higher power. It's the same thing, really. If you don't believe in a higher power, then just use your future self and allow your future self to send back the energy. All right. Now I know that again we're getting into the woohoo stuff a little bit, but just ride with me here. You can have a higher power without a religion. If you do have a religion, then by all means use your God or whatever it is you refer to. And if you don't have a specific religion, the higher power could just be simply quantum universe, which is comprised of energy, which we all are comprised of energy. Okay? Your higher power can be anything you want to make it. You can put whatever name to it you want to put to it. It really doesn't matter. But here's how it works. You want to picture energy coming from above, coming into your head, and you want to feel that energy melting into you, going down your whole body. Feel the warmth of it, and you want to feel the blessing. And in this process, a lot of things are going to come to you. You may get an answer to a problem. You may get clarity on what your next step is. And you may just get a nice warm fuzzy feeling from it. I don't know. It depends on where you're at and depends on your belief level and so on. And it's a really wonderful experience. All right? And I highly suggest you go to phase 6, right? And request the blessing. Right? Now here's sort of a level of instructions. All right. I already told you in the first meditation that you do it for 10 to 20 minutes. I suggest 20 minutes. The 6th phase, again, 20 minutes in the beginning, and then you can start to bring down the time if you want to. I do 20 minutes. I have not gotten to the level where I feel comfortable in hurrying it along. But I know I will get there with more practice and so forth. And you can do a search for Brendan Burchard on YouTube and find his meditation. You can do a search for Vision Lacchione, I think, on YouTube and find his 6th phase meditation, and you can follow along. I find it, personally, I find it a little distracting to listen to people, listen to somebody yammering in my head as I'm doing a meditation, because it takes away my focus. You may find a guided meditation like that highly useful. Now, another thing you can do is you can write it out, record it, and have a clock in front of you, so you can give yourself the amount of blank space that you fill in your mind as you're doing the meditation. So, for example, I might say, okay, deep breathing. Just take in a breath through your nose, out your mouth, 4 times. And then in phase 1, we're going to talk about compassion. Let's feel compassion. Let's picture that white light encompassing our body. Now let's expand that white light to encompass the room. Now let's expand it further, etc. Okay? So you can do your own recording, and then when you've expanded the bubble around Earth, you can say, now just stop and feel everything. Feel the plants, feel the animals, feel the energy around you. Okay? And then you can put in your own pause, as long as you want to stay in that zone. Then you go on to phase 2 and you do the same thing. Now you need to write down, especially in the gratitude in phase 2, and in forgiveness. Who am I going to forgive in this session? You need to know this stuff before you start, right? So you're not scrabbling around trying to find out what it is you want to work on as the meditation time is going through. So a little prep work on all the 6 phases will help you significantly reach a higher level of success at meditation sooner rather than later. Okay? Now, a couple other benefits I want to talk about with meditation is that if you make this a daily practice, and you do so for a few weeks, and substantially less, you'll start to feel a difference. But if you don't feel a difference, people around you will notice a difference. Now, I've heard stories about this where somebody decided, you know, I've been meditating for X number of months, it's not doing anything for me, I'm going to stop now. And then they start to become surly, like they used to be. They start to become more tense, like they used to be. And they didn't realize just how many benefits they were getting from meditation because they are so accustomed to feeling at this higher level. Right? Allow yourself the opportunity to get to that point where you're feeling at a higher level, where you have more clarity, where things come to you, ideas come to you. You problem solve so much more easily than you used to. You have more joy in your life. You feel more satisfied in your life. You sleep better, right? You want to get to that point where you're feeling all of these wonderful changes. I can't tell you enough that we have to incorporate this into our daily lives. It's ranked right up there with brushing your teeth, man. Brush that brain. All right? I want you to go out there every day and enjoy, love as much as you can, and succeed.